Give me that countdown, baby.
4, 3.
Yeah. Perfect. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shut My Mouth Wide Open podcast. We are here. It's, I had the episode in my head. Maybe it's episode 9, season 4. Season 4, episode 9. Special guest, Celia. Bucket Pool from Kill Tony. We're going to have a good time tonight. Let me fade this music out and get right down to it. We got Kevin Palmer, Jack Armstrong, and me, Mikey T. Let's get into it. Welcome, welcome.
It's good to be here. How are you guys doing?
Hey, we're doing amazing. Thank you so much for coming on. Like, you're definitely the best Kill Tony member because you're not really a bucket pool anymore. You're like totally part of the show, it seems like. And we've been doing the Kill Tony bucket pool interviews for a while, and we're really excited to have you on because you've been hilarious for like 4 or 5 episodes probably. Like, you're killing it on that show.
4 episodes.
Just 4?
Yeah, just 4. No, it's cool. Like, I think I just get like accidentally mentioned a lot because I'm friends with a lot of the bucket pools.
Because you live in Austin now, right?
Now I do, yeah.
That's awesome.
I was living in Austin by my second bucket pool. The first time I got pooled was in Phoenix, Arizona.
And I just watched that one. That one was really funny. I had not seen that before today.
Yeah, I felt bad. I didn't not realize how dirty my fingernails when I popped William's zit.
Yeah, we got to bring that up. You popped William Montgomery's zit. I mean, was that all over your hands? Was that terrible? Was it disgusting?
It was. No, stuff like that doesn't gross me out. Like, I have a lot of nieces and nephews, and like my family, like, we're gross. Like, my mom liked to pop zits and stuff. But like, she just like me. I was just like, okay, cool. It's like, yeah, go ahead, mom. And she'd tell me that they were worms inside me.
Wow. You say,
and she's like, I have to squeeze them, mija, or the worms will get into your brain and kill you. And I'm like, okay.
Damn. So she tricked you into that. That's great. She just loved it so much.
Yeah,
you can be like, take that, Mom. You said I couldn't be a comedian. Now I'm on stage popping zits, so take that, you know?
I used to be really bad at it because, like, my arms are getting clearer now. But, like, when I get, like, stressed, I'll pop my zits all the time. So this is, like, a little dent in my face.
Well,
I had this, like, huge one, and it was nasty. I squirted all over the mirror. It just looked like a milk crate hitting a wall.
God damn. Well, stick around, everybody. A little bit later, we're going to pop some live on the show, so you don't want to miss that, guys. So, what's good? Are you in Austin, Texas right now?
I am actually in Midland, Texas. I was doing a couple of shows. One of my friends passed away, which apparently just happens all the time, I guess.
Yeah, you said that in a couple of your interviews on Kill Tony, so really sorry to hear that.
Oh, no. I think my friends are part flies at this point. They're just fucking dropping.
Every 24 hours, no good.
Yeah, it's like, who died today? Like, some days it hits me hard. Other days I'm like, okay, no. But I got to do a benefit show for my friend Daniel, who is also a stand-up comic, who used to sign up for Kill Tony.
Oh, that's cool. Did he ever get on?
Yeah, it was. He did not, unfortunately.
Man, some people have all the luck, it seems like.
Yeah, no, the dorkopotamus, he wasn't wearing his helmet, and, like, motorcycle accident.
Safety first.
But, like, we grew up in the comedy scene together. He was 16 when I met him. It was, like, my first year of comedy I did in my hometown, Flagstaff, Arizona. And then I spent 6 years in Phoenix, and then the clubs or anything didn't want to book me. It was only other comics, and I could only get so far. And I'm like, I'm going to move to Austin.
You did the right thing.
And yeah, now everybody's all like, now that I'm in Austin, people in Phoenix is like, hey, can you do my show on this date, this date? And I'm like, I'm not spending $400 to get paid $20 for a 10-minute set, dude.
Yeah, you got to spend at least $1,000 to get you over there because, flights be expensive.
Why is the benefit in Midland?
So my friend's from Pecos, but we came originally. I was supposed to fly back today from so it actually worked out because I completely spaced this interview. I was probably gonna be on a plane right now.
Don't worry about it.
But my friend Hector, his cousin got married in Midland, Texas, which is an hour away from Pecos. So I got to go to a badass Mexican wedding. There was beer, there was food. I'm so full. And I'm also sore because I've just been playing with kids all day.
Yeah, you said you're doing a bunch of shots and beers.
Yeah. No, like, it's funny because it was a cash bar. And, like, I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that because I don't want to pay the ATM fee. So I just put shorts underneath my dress and had, like, 2 half pints in each pocket.
No 40s? No 40s? Isn't that your favorite thing? 40s, right?
Oh, I love 40s. I only had 2 when I was in Phoenix. I'm kind of cutting back because I'm dumb. I signed up for a jiu-jitsu tournament.
Oh, yeah,
And I
you do
haven't done
martial arts.
that.
I forgot about that. You said you did martial arts in a couple of interviews. You still doing it?
Yeah, well, I started doing it again because I want to be like, there's a lot of crazy people on the internet, and like the more like followers and stuff I get, like every once in a while somebody will slide into my DMs, and I have to be careful where I open them because sometimes it's a dick pic, and sometimes it's a like, I'm sorry, your suicide attempts didn't work. You should kill yourself for real, you fucking fat ugly bitch. And I'm like, damn,
Damn,
what
yeah.
the fuck did I do to you?
Yeah, the odds of getting emotionally attacked are like 100%, but the odds of getting physically attacked do jump up a bit as well. You know, when you're getting famous, when you're getting Kill Tony famous. So yeah, get your martial arts, get those skills up.
Yeah, I can't afford security, so I'm like, okay. And then like the comics, like people will wild in Austin. It'll just be like walking down 6th Street, and some drunk bitch will think you're the fat bitch her boyfriend cheated on you, and she's like, you fucking whore, and like tries to tackle you. And the homeless people will be like tweaking.
So
And it's all like, I didn't ask for this UN word. And it's all like,
whoa.
you didn't ask for what?
Yeah, so there's a lot of
Like, 'cause the
Celias
white-
walking around, huh? A lot of Celias like you walking around.
Yeah. I get so mad on 6th Street because they close off the roads like 4 days a week, like after like 8 p.m. And it's like all these girls who think they're in Project Runway, so they walk through the street like along and like they're like in Hitler's army and they're just like goose stepping together. It's like, but it's all like, dude, it's like you guys can go single file. What, you don't need to take up the whole
Yeah,
fucking
come
thing.
on.
And then
Single
I get
file,
mad.
guys. Single file.
Yeah, and then I get mad because I'm a big girl and people will like walk into me and look at me like, where'd you come from? And I'm like, how did you not see me?
Do you still
I'm
live
like
on
the
6th
size of
Street?
half a shed.
Do you still live on 6th Street?
Yeah, it sucks. It's like a slumlord apartment. I'm thinking about moving because I'm tired of the roaches, the rats, and the gnats.
Is it one of those places with like 7 different bedrooms up there above the bars?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been
And
in a
then,
couple
like,
of those.
during the winter, the rats will all come inside for warmth, and like the gel blasters come in handy
Ah,
Oh,
because
nice.
like if like it doesn't kill them, but it sends a message, and they'll like they'll leave the apartment for a little bit. But like I'll get peanuts and put them like on a little lid, and I'll put my phone up with a camera light, and I'll just sit posted up with a gel blaster, and I'm like, come on.
you have a trail cam for rats and gel blasters. That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's fun. And I was practicing on my cans, so I'll drink like all the beer and everybody and I'd be like, don't throw these cans away. Then I'll just line them up on the dumpster and then I'll shoot them.
Man, like a true
That's
Kill
pretty
Tony person,
accurate.
you got a bunch of gel blasters laying around.
Those are fun.
Yeah, well, sometimes people like leave them behind. Like I gave one of mine away, and then other people's like, hey, can you hold on to my gel blaster for me? I'm like, are you gonna ever come and get that? And they're like, no. So now I have like 7 gel blasters in my room.
So what's the story with the gel blasters? Every single time you get pulled from the bucket, you get a gel blaster?
Every time I've been on, yeah. I think it's everybody gets it, unless I think you have to eat shit.
Cool. Okay,
to
yeah.
not get
Because
one,
everyone
like,
knows they're a
really bad.
sponsor, but no one really knows that you actually get one when you go on the show. That's pretty cool.
They
You
just,
get a
they just
gel
randomly seemed to be a sponsor one night. They just started handing them out. There was no
Yep.
fanfare about it.
Yeah, it seemed pretty odd, but now it seems pretty normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
No,
funny.
the first time I got mine, I just like I'm sitting there like shooting myself with it. I gave it to one of my friends, and I'm like, "Here, shoot me in the stomach." And like in my stomach, it leaves like little bruises, but they like look like kind of the Sonic rings, like that Sonic collects in the video game.
Oh,
There was a whole bunch of little those all over my stomach. But,
Man,
like,
they
I
got
lifted
some
up my
power.
shirt, and I'm like, "Do it now!" but then I shot myself in the head with one, and that didn't leave a bruise. So I'm like, okay, I guess my face is harder than my stomach.
nah. Yeah, you got to put one in your mouth, you know?
Yeah.
You
Haven't
got
done
a gel
that
blaster
yet.
in your mouth.
Yeah, that shit looks toxic, and I'm like, I bet this doesn't taste good. But I am dumb enough to do shit like that. Like, if you dared me, it's like, I dare you $20. It's all like, I could use a taco.
Yeah, well, actually, Jack, you actually used to live in Austin, Texas, so I wanted to bring that up.
I
Yeah,
wanted, yeah.
I knew some people that lived in some of those apartments. I always wonder if it's the same one. What's your bars above?
I'm the one above Toulouse, but there's some who live in the bar above Chupacabra.
Okay, I think it was Shakespeare's or something, but that bar might not even be there anymore. It's been a while.
Chupacabra.
Shakespeare's is still there, but Shakespeare's, there's no apartments above it. Chupacabra's like next to it across from the mothership.
Okay. Maybe I missed
So I
it.
know they have some above there, but Shakespeare's, they have 2 stories, and that's where they normally do the comedy.
Okay.
And that's actually where we used to wait for the Kill Tony sign up, but then they switched it over to Poor Choices, and nobody likes that bar. None
Oh,
of the
no.
comics do.
Is poor
Like, if they didn't charge $9 for a Lone Star,
Yikes.
then people might drink. Yeah. And then we were mad because the first night it happened, it was during the freeze. I was like this close to going up. It's like, just take my name out of the bucket. My tits like are starting to turn into glass cutters.
Yeah.
It's like I'm this close to chopping them off and putting them in the frying pan and warming them up.
And
Just
so
sit there and put it on it.
the Maryland equivalent, I guess, would be like buying a Natty Bow for $9, right?
Yeah. They're made in the same factory.
It's got $2 beer.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah, Natty Bow and Lone Star, they're both owned by the same people.
Oh, that's cool.
On 6th Street, like for 6th Street prices, like $5's forgivable for a Lone Star tall can. But then there's people who like the little can. It's like, yeah, that'll be $10. It's like, you can go fuck yourself.
That sucks.
I wanted to say, it's not the first time I heard a story about some homeless guy on 6th Street yelling the N-word to nobody.
Oh,
6th Street is very notorious.
He used to work.
And it's normally a white guy. That's the messed up part.
Of
And
course.
it's a different white guy each time. Like, no, the black people don't do it that often.
There's not
But,
too
like,
many of them down there.
My friend Ollie Musa, who's been on a couple times, he does the Ben Shapiro impression.
I think I
Yeah, he
remember
has a
someone
great-
doing that. Yeah.
He has a great story about like how this dude like jumps over a bike rack, lands, turns to him and says, "How do you like that N-word?" And then just walked off. And it's like, why?
Only the stuff you see in Austin, Texas, on 6th Street, where you live. So that's amazing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
How you like that? Look at my trick.
I feel
So
I feel bad because I must got in a fight with like 2 homeless people.
damn. And that jujitsu comes
were
in handy
pissing
for the
me off.
homeless, right? They take it right to the ground quick.
Yeah.
Right? No, I want to because like this one dude, I took the time. He's all like, "Hey, do you have any change?" And I'm like, "I think I have a couple dollars." I take the time and I always carry like 3 or 4 notebooks. I have a regular book for reading, like my tarot cards with me, like just way too much shit in my bag. But I go through because I thought I had money. And like I can't find it. And he's like, "You didn't have to fucking lie to me, you stupid bitch."
God, eye roll.
And yeah, and I was on my way to the show and I was in a bad mood and I have bipolar disorder. And I'm like, "Look, asshole, I took the time. If I was lying to you, would I have taken the time to take all this shit out of my fucking bag?" And he's like, "You're a fucking lying bitch." And I threw my bag on the ground. I'm like, "You want to fucking go right now and kick your ass?" And the poor guy at the falafel stand's just looking scared, holding his spatula. He's like,
And you know he couldn't have been too big. I mean, some homeless guy, he's probably a scrawny guy. You're going to kick his ass. You're going to throw an Xbox at him.
he was tall. Yeah. Yeah, I've thrown an Xbox at somebody, and I had a girl I was dating threw an Xbox at me one time.
Yeah, that's
She
a
tried to
callback.
kill me like Cain and Abel style.
Yeah, that was a
People
little
don't like
callback.
Xboxes.
Roseanne actually asked you on an episode, you know, what's the biggest thing you ever thrown at a man? You said a guitar and you said an Xbox, an original one, back before they got
Yeah.
slim and slender.
Oh my God, that thing weighs 20 pounds.
Yeah. So what was
Yeah,
that? What was that
the gold
situation?
one. So when I threw it at my brother, or when the girl tried to kill me with it.
Damn, let's go with the girl trying to kill you with it.
Alright, so this was the first girl. This is like when I found out I was bisexual. She was a beautiful girl. She was a nurse practitioner. She lived in Phoenix.
Happens to the best of us.
Nurse practitioners.
She was
Yeah.
hot as hell. She kind of looked like the closest comparison I'd say is like Jennifer Lawrence.
Okay.
I just watched a movie with her
And-
last night.
Yeah, she was batshit insane. I called her crystal meth because I knew she was bad for me, but I couldn't quit her. But I love Call of Duty, and I play League Play, or I did play League Play at the time, and I was playing with my squad that night, and I told her, and she's like, "Can I come over?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm probably just gonna ignore you the whole night because I already made this commitment with my boys."
And you
And
weren't
she's
lying.
like, "It's okay." Yeah, and like I don't know what she thought like I meant when I said that, but she's like, "It's okay as long as we're together," and I'm like, "Okay, cool." And I'm there, and like one match in, she's like biting my neck and stuff, and I'm like, "Okay, you can't do that right now." It's all like, it's like we gotta detonate the bomb, and I'm like, "You can't do that right now." And like she kept trying, and I'm like, "Okay, you need to knock it off," because I told her.
Yeah, you told her what was
And
up.
then-
That sucks, man. She can't take a hint.
Yeah, and then she got real quiet, and that's when I knew I fucked up. Like that was the calm before the storm.
You could feel that energy start to creep into her mind. She's about to hurt me.
Yeah, like if she was an anime character, like those black steam lines would have started coming off of her, like her dark chi or whatever.
So
The
she grabbed.
vein.
Did she grab the Xbox that you were playing and throw it at you? Or you
Pretty
threw it at
much,
her?
but she threw it at me. But what happened was, and not quite through. She like straight up tried to like she just got quiet, and then after a few seconds, she's like, "You love this Xbox more than me,"
Wow, she's
which is an
psycho.
insane thing to say to somebody
is
you've
psycho.
only been dating 2 weeks.
Oh
She
wow.
probably has past
weeks.
video game trauma.
No, she's psycho.
Yeah.
And she's psycho.
she said that, and also I didn't hear her because my guy, like one of my guys, was all like, "Go on the left. He's on the left," and I'm like, "Wait, what?" And next thing I know, she rips my Xbox out, and this is like had the Ethernet cord in it instead of Wi-Fi because better connection.
Yeah.
But she straight up rips this out of the wall, actually snaps the cord, lifts it up, and just starts like going like this to me.
Well, she didn't throw it. She was bonking you with it. That's crazy.
Yeah, and she like, if this was the corner, she like clipped me like that, and like I ended up tackling her to the ground and like holding her down. And I'm like, "You need to knock it off." She's like, "You love your Xbox more than you love me." And I'm like, "We've been dating 2 weeks. Whoever said I fucking love you?"
Yeah.
That is the wrong thing to yell at a pissed off crazy woman, by the way.
Yeah.
It gave her like super strength, and she punched me.
Yeah, she was.
Oh my God.
It was like she was on meth at that point. She had crazy powers. She didn't know what to do with
You can't
it.
be saying the L word after 2 weeks unless it's some immaculate conception.
Yeah,
shit.
obviously you love the Xbox more than her. You barely know her. Yeah.
Yeah, the Xbox didn't through me. Like my brother bought that Xbox for me.
Did it
But I
still
ended up
work?
getting her stomach, and I had to hold her down for 30 minutes before she calmed down. And she's like sitting there like.
And the whole time your squad's playing a man down.
Yeah, and they're probably wondering what happened to Celia. And they were telling you on the left, and here comes an Xbox from the left, probably hitting you right in the head.
Yeah, and then I was also scared because I had a glass door, and I was worried her crazy ass would come back and like hit me with it again.
Damn.
So like when she tuckered out, she's like, "I'm just gonna go home." And it's like, "That's for the best, and also maybe we should not see each other ever again." She just fucking glared at me, and she's like, "You're missing out," and just left. And I'm like,
God.
I didn't ask for any of that.
Yeah, so
I'm grateful I found out I was bi, but
figured that
I found a
out.
way to find out.
So did you go like full mount or like side control or like how'd you handle that?
Like when I first pinned her down, I was full mount, and I was like, I had her hands pinned, and she's like still like, and she's like doing this shark thing where like her arms are like this, and she's like,
Oh my God.
and I'm like, what the fuck? She was fucking rabid, dude.
Was she on any drug or alcohol
PCP.
that you know?
No, she did this shit sober.
Shoo. Xbox is a hell of a drug.
She needs some kind of psycho drug. Yeah, that's what she needs. Yeah.
But I wanted to know if the
Dude,
Xbox still worked.
And that bitch was a nurse.
Yikes.
Oh no, healthcare people, they be the worst.
And she has a good income too, so she can
Nurses
really do some
and
crazy stuff.
teachers.
Oh, they
Right?
hate their fellow man and woman,
Right?
and they're the ones that are like snickering outside your hospital room while you have cancer. They're like, "This fucking guy's dick stinks. Can't wait for
A
him to
lot of them
die."
are cool, but I noticed those ones are the freaks. Like they're the ones who want to do the freakiest shit in bed.
Oh,
Because you'll be doing something, it's like, "Start choking me now." It's like, what? Like, which is fine. Like, I like rough sex too, but I don't like being choked because it just makes me miss my dad.
Damn.
when you get requested to do things out of your element, it's like, okay,
I just pretend I don't hear them.
Well,
what'd you say there?
I'd rather they ask. Like, if they ask, it's all like, "Hold on, let me pray on this for a sec." It's like, fuck it, I'm a people pleaser. But then there's other times it's like, I'm not doing that. Like, one guy wanted me to piss on him, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's starting to. You gotta. It's like a whole money thing and like a whole arrangement.
Yeah.
Like that movie where
How much money for you to piss on a girl, Mike?
to pee on a woman.
Is that what you mean? Is that what you mean?
$0.
Cost some big bucks, right?
Oh, we'd be having a whole issue now because if my girlfriend asked me to pee on her, I'd be like, "You wait this long and then you ask me now."
I'm thinking about marrying you tomorrow, girl.
We can't be talking about pee play. And I can tell a funny story though, not to steal Celia's time though.
Go for it.
We're all chatting.
Yeah. God, I'm not gonna say any names, and normally I do. You know I do, but I'm not on
Just tell Celia. She doesn't know nobody.
for the sake of it all. Yeah, a friend of mine. You know.
He peed on you?
No. There was just a story. We'll just say it's a story from the shop, so it gives a little bit of an idea. The tattoo shop. One of the tattoo shop guys I work with had a friend / client / ex-lover, and she ended up getting a nickname called Pee on Me. And I can't say her name, but it rhymed, so it was like Pee on Me blank a name.
Pee on me, Bree.
We'll just say that. We'll go with that.
It must be
I love
Bree.
it.
Pee on me, Bree.
And yeah, he never peed on her.
Why not?
But when they were fucking or hanging out or whatever, she told the story about how she used to be a Craigslist ad, and you could pee on her for a certain amount of money.
Damn.
And it was a whole setup. Like there was rules, like a whole listing in the shower. if you're getting peed on, you got to have a whole list of rules is what I'm getting at here. And there came a chance he could have peed on her, and he's like, I don't want to do it.
For free?
Yeah, it would have been free for him.
She was getting peed on or she was pissing on? Or both?
She would get peed on.
Damn. In Salisbury, Maryland? There's Craigslist ads for that?
I didn't say that, man.
Okay, I don't know.
I don't
locally?
know
Semi-locally?
I'm assuming semi-locally.
Damn, man. That shit happens everywhere, I guess.
Yeah, pee on me. It's fun.
Okay.
No, in my head, I'm saying pee on me, blank, her name. So it's not pee on me personally.
Is it pee on me, Amy?
No, it wasn't.
Got a nice ring to it.
It didn't really, in hindsight, it doesn't rhyme as much as I thought.
Okay.
Lisa. Pee on me, Lisa.
Oh, no, not Lisa.
Pee on me, Lisa. Okay.
Yeah, like The Simpsons.
It doesn't rhyme at all.
No, it doesn't. Pee
You're never
on
gonna
me.
You're never gonna make it in the rap business if you don't rhyme correctly.
Yeah, you can't really sell merch with a name like that, so it's not gonna
Eminem
really
could
work
make
out.
it work. Pee on me, Lee.
Yeah, Eminem could rhyme it, yeah.
Saw, dude.
So have you seen Hot Tub Time Machine?
Oh, yeah.
I have. I feel so dumb after because I realized he was like, there was only 2 seasons of it, but there was a show called Bless My Mess, and I'm like, I know who that motherfucker is.
See, I thought you were
And I felt
bullshitting. I
so
thought you were just
dumb.
bullshitting. Like, oh, I'm such an idiot. I know who you are now. It seemed like you still didn't know. You didn't know at that point?
I did not know. I knew after the fact,
Yeah.
and I felt like I even did an interview. It's like, oh, the dude from Hot Tub Time Machine, and also in my defense, that motherfucker lost weight.
Yeah, and
And
he's
his
not
hair
that
got
big. He's not that big of an actor either. But to most people,
Yeah.
they know him as Todd Packer on The Office and
Yeah.
Champ from Anchorman.
Yeah, I was gonna say he.
Okay, I remembered Anchorman after the fact, but I only watched Anchorman 1 and Anchorman 2 once.
Yeah, he's like the whammy guy.
And don't
shit.
judge me, but I don't really like. I've watched a few episodes of The Office. I don't hate it. If you like that show, good for you. I'm not gonna shit on you for liking it.
Not enough dead
But I'm
baby
just
jokes.
watching it,
in
and
that.
I'm like,
Not your style of humor.
Yeah.
A little too mainstream. Yeah, Roseanne actually said she really liked, what'd she say? Roseanne said she loved your dark, negative attitude and wanted you to get even meaner. Do you think you've gotten even meaner since that one?
it depends on my mood. I know my friends like it when I lose my shit if somebody pisses me off because I'll say crazy ass on Hinge shit. Like, there's this one dude I don't like. And I'm like, don't get mad at me because you've given women more children than orgasms, you motherfucker.
Yo.
And I yelled a lot of crazy shit at him.
See, that
That's
is
a good
hilarious.
insult.
Yeah, that's really, really good because you figure you'd have to get an orgasm to get pregnant, but probably not. Probably not, right?
Oh, you know how many sad moms there are that never have actually came but have given birth like twice?
Now that is the ultimate just, double foul, or however you want to say that?
That's walking
that was
foul.
that was the other thing I yelled at him. So this dude is crippled. He was born crippled. Like, he has cerebral palsy and whatever. And like, he's a creepy little motherfucker, but also he'll go on stage, like, anytime, like, if you disagree with him slightly, like, he went on this, also, he's so weird about women. He went on a rant about how WAP was training women to be sex slaves, the WAP song.
Oh, WAP.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like,
Well, I could hear him
and he's
out.
like, this is,
It's like sissy training
so,
videos.
but he talked about slavery all the time, and he's like, slavery this, slavery that. And I'm like, and quit talking about slavery. You fell out of your crackhead mama with a disability check in hand. You've never worked a fucking day in your life.
Damn.
Like, I was going off on him, and all my friends were just like, calm down, Sully. I'm like, don't tell me to calm down, motherfuckers. And I'm like, you look like melted Nutella, you piece of shit. It's like, I can't wait till your spine collapses in on itself.
Are these fellow comedians that you're
I
going
mean,
off on?
it must be
Yeah.
a Kill Tony person. He has
Yeah.
the palsy. You know, he's been on Kill Tony at least 10 times with the palsy.
No, he's too bitter. Like, he doesn't like Kill Tony because it's like, I'm not gonna have somebody shit on my jokes that I worked hard for.
What? They would love him on Kill Tony. That's what the whole show is based around.
Yeah, loving.
Yeah, well, he's funny, but he doesn't like that other comics are judging his material. And if you tell him you don't like his set, like, and he acts like a diva all the time. He's all like, I'm not going all the way over here for this. It's like, this is why you don't get booked anymore. It's because nobody likes your fucking bitch ass.
Damn, yeah, sounds like kind of a
You're
diva,
negative.
like you said. And I was just watching one of the more recent episodes of Kill Tony. Who's the guy who sounds like SpongeBob and has the palsy?
Oh, I can't remember. His
You know what I'm
name.
talking about?
Where he gets really mad.
He
at that
got
guy.
really
I'm not
defensive.
sure.
He got super defensive about someone asking if he could drive.
Yeah.
Did you notice that? That was crazy. But
I
he-
get up and do some other shit.
I'm
when
gonna
those guys
level with
go.
you. I'm behind on like all my podcasts by 40 episodes because I've been busy.
Okay.
That's
Because like
good.
I'm trying to write, but I don't want to steal somebody else's jokes. That I'm starting to get all my favorite podcasts like tattooed on my arm. I don't know if you can see it, but I have a Kill Tony one and a Legion of Skanks one right now.
Oh, cool.
That's cool.
We'll send you the logo of ours once we get off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're
That's
gonna need
cool.
more followers if you want me to tattoo on.
Yeah, we're pretty fucking small. We're pretty fucking small. But Legion to Skanks, I love the Skanks. Have you ever been to Skank
I do
Fest?
too. Yeah, I'm actually going again this year. This is gonna be my third year going. I got on officially the first year, but I wanted to be remembered, and they do this thing called the naked roast, where you are completely naked when you're roasting each other.
You did it?
Yeah, and I signed up the
Wow.
first year, and I'm like, if I'm already on the lineup, can I sign up? And they're like, let me ask, and then they hit me back like 5 minutes later. It's like, yeah, you're on it. Do you want to roast a porn star? It's like, yes.
Dude, that's
But-
awesome.
Yeah, I wanted to be remembered, and I'm like, it's hard to forget a 400-pound naked woman.
Yeah, yeah. So it
That's
was like
awesome.
a big contrast, right? You have some porn star, and you got you, and it was just fat jokes and slut jokes and just everything, right?
So here's the crazy thing. It was actually a really popular porn star named Evan Stone.
Evan Stone.
And he has like his career spans like 20 years.
Oh, it was a man. It was a man.
Yeah,
Oh,
he didn't
okay.
roast me back at all.
Oh,
He was
wow.
just telling straight jokes, and
Pussy.
I'm telling jokes, and people loved the jokes I was saying. But like, he would just tell a street joke. It's all like, his son took his dad's car keys, and then like goes into a thing. But by like his third street joke, the audience started booing him, and they're like, boo, boo. But every time I'd go up there, I'm like, yeah.
Nice. So you killed that guy.
Yeah, it's nothing for him to be naked. He's already naked all over the internet.
Yeah. What is? It's just
You've
another
seen-
day.
You've all seen Evan Stone. Take a quick look at his Robin Williams looking ass.
What the fuck? Yeah.
You know,
He must have
Yeah.
a huge piece to have a face like that.
You know him
Oh,
from
like it's like 5 inches soft. Also, his porn is actually
Huge
really
dick.
good, and like it's funny because when I was getting ready for the roast, I watched his porn for like 3 hours straight with my headphones in the hotel room. Then I'm just sitting there with a notepad writing roast. But
That's
like,
amazing.
he has good comedic timing in the porn, but like all of it was like consensual porn. He's always a sweetie in the porn, and I take my headphones out and look at my friend Hector. Because like I didn't want him to be all like, "Are you just watching porn next to me?"
This is research for my
roast.
job.
Yeah, but I turned to him. Well, Hector is my ride or die. I always bring him as my +1. But I turned and I look at him, and I'm like, I don't think I can roast this guy. All of his porn has been consensual. I didn't even know that was a fucking option.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come
that's
on.
not in my recommended at all.
It must have been incest or something, right? Something good.
Yeah.
so.
No, like it's like actually cute. Like there's one where he's dressed like a shark and the other girl's dressed like a fish, and he's just eating her pussy.
Man, this.
Aw.
It's the cutest fucking thing.
Did you watch Hung Wankenstein?
Hung Wankenstein. That's a great
He
parody.
won Male
Yeah.
Performer of the Year for Hung Wankenstein.
So that's a parody of
damn.
Young Frankenstein, I guess.
January
Brilliant.
1st, 2001.
I'm really sad I didn't come up with that.
He's like in the biggest budgeted porn they ever made called Pirates, and they actually did this thing where they took all the porn out and released it as a movie.
Yeah,
he,
we've seen
he
that.
had a poster
No,
of
Ben-
pirates
that was
on.
Ben.
Oh, that was Ben. It was in your house, right?
It was in my house, but
Yeah.
that was not my poster.
He really had a framed framed poster
Framed
of
with
pirates.
the shitty 4-piece frame.
Yeah, plastic Walmart frame. Leave it alone.
What what was the running time of the movie with all the porn taken out?
42 minutes.
I have no idea.
7 minutes.
You're looking it up.
I could.
Nice little factoid right
I
there.
just guessed.
But that's awesome. You've been to Skank Fest and had a really successful time. Are you going back as like a headliner or like an opener or anything like that?
No, basically the only reason they let me back every year is for the naked roast.
Damn, come on.
And I'm like, because I crushed hard at the naked roast, but it's cute because I have a little following at Skankfest, and they're all like, "You're coming back this year, right?" And I'm like, I'm not allowed to say, but like if it's certain friends, I'll message them. It's like they want me back from the naked roast, so yeah, I'll be there.
Man,
And
you're
this
perfect for
Skankfest
that.
falls on my birthday.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
I have no shame. I'm taking off my clothes for a cheeseburger.
So,
And you get like an extra $100 for doing it.
yeah, they really should have you back as a headliner because you're perfect for Skank Fest. Like, I've been watching your sets on Kill Tony all day, and I'm not just
Aw.
saying this. You are brilliantly funny, and the stuff is it hits
thank
so
you.
hard. You cut so deep with some of the stuff. What were some of the jokes that I really, really liked?
Look into your notes.
Yeah, the joke about the colorblind mom, but she's still racist. That cracked me up. That was so fucking funny.
That was good.
Oh, fuck yeah. I haven't done that joke in a while. I'm gonna.
Yeah, bring that back up
Bring
at
that one
Skank
back,
Fest because
yeah.
that's really good. The way you set it up was great. You know, I don't want to do the whole joke or anything, but then
Hidden Valley Pussy is great.
yeah, that
I
was
mean,
on
I
an
laughed
earlier
out
one.
loud.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the stuff is good. It's never too late to do the right thing. So you went home and tried to kill your sister with a coat hanger. That's so hysterical. And Tony really liked your set.
Yeah, Tony called you the set of the night on your second appearance.
Mm-hmm. And it truly was. It definitely easily was. Probably the set of like the year, maybe.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, no, I'd just say that goes to Heath Cordes.
Nah,
But, like,
nah. No way. I don't think so. But I mean, a lot of people liked him, but me personally.
Yeah. But a lot of the video, a couple of the episodes where you're on, like the top comment was like, Celia is at this point. Because they're like, we know you're coming here to find Celia's set.
But speaking of Keith, you said Keith. What's his name again?
Heath Cordes.
Heath Cordes.
That's a little boy, right?
Yeah. So
yeah.
do you get mistaken a lot for the gal that fucked him?
Yeah, I know there was a lot of confusion online, and people will like be like, "So did you fuck Keith?" And I'm like, "I didn't touch that boy."
Yeah, nice, good.
Because it was a Celia, and he's screaming Celia, Celia, and like even we thought for a second, is that our Celia that we're interviewing tonight? But nah, we looked it up. It's not you.
Yeah. No, everybody thought it was me at first, and like I got a couple messages about it, like because I had just come back from a tour, and it was the 2 days for New Year's Eve. I decided to skip the first one, and I bought tickets for the actual New Year's Eve. And so I went to that with my friends. But like, I get home, I get off the airplane, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not waking up in time. So I just fell asleep, and I wake up at 10 p.m. And a lot of people's like, we thought you fucked Heath. And I'm like, what? And everybody's like, we thought you. And I like had 3 messages. And like, I guess one of my friends actually left the arena to message me because he yelled Celia. He didn't even wait.
Damn.
To see.
You had everyone fooled. You weren't even there in the building. You were sleeping. Everyone thought, it must be you. Some big girl named Celia.
Yeah. But I did laugh because when I watched that video, like, they're all looking. And, like, I just like watching the look on Tony and Redman's face. And I'm like, they're like, look, because they look straight at the comic section and they're like, no way.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, they probably thought.
Yeah, they had to have thought.
Like, don't get me wrong. I pretty much fuck anything that moves as long as you're not a shitty person. But even then, hate fucking.
Hey, especially if it advances your career. But I don't think Celia had anything happen for her. Because she was a bucket pool as well, right? The other Celia?
Yeah, her name's Cynthia.
Is it
I
Cynthia?
think they just let her up. Yeah.
He said Celia. He was screaming Celia, right?
Yeah, that was,
Was that the joke? It's been a while. It's been a while. Yeah.
He was just shit-faced and called out the wrong name.
Oh,
and then it's funny because Karen Jones, the one who stormed the Capitol, she's like, it should have been you. And I'm like, what? So I'm like, wait, are you mad that she fucked him, or are you mad that I didn't fuck him?
Yeah, you
She's
feel...
like, I think you would have taught him how to do it, right?
Yeah, FOMO,
like,
FOMO
okay.
big time.
That's nice of her.
And speaking of her,
no,
we have
she's
her
here.
on next week, actually. So that's funny that you bring her
Oh,
up.
fuck yeah.
Yeah, we got Karen Jones. I can't wait to talk to her. She stormed the Capitol. Gotta love it.
Damn.
Dude, I love her. It's funny because she stress bakes because she was reading out about the trial and everything.
Oh, so she was
like,
baking,
she's just
baking,
making
baking.
a fuck ton of cookies, and her son Alex Jones is just selling them to like help with like lawyer fees and shit.
Yeah, her son's name
So,
is
like,
Alex
he'll come
Jones.
with-
Right, yeah.
Yeah. And I was confused when I heard it's all like Alex Jones got on it, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And like, because I kept forgetting his name was Alex. And then I remember, and I feel bad because I'll forget a lot of people's names because I'm like drunk 80% of the time. And no, people like, I'll see it, but there's like 90 Nicks in the comedy scene, like 20 Justins, like 40 Davids.
There are a lot of
And
Nicks.
so like, I have to see them and I'll know their first name, but I'll see a lineup. It's all like, David, this so-and-so is on. And it's like, do you know who that is? And I'm like, probably. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I'm the
And
same
then I'll
way.
see them. I'm like, oh yeah, I know who that is. Or I'll have met somebody like when I'm like, if I meet you after like 12 a.m. and I've been drinking, there's a good chance I know you and I've seen your face, but I won't remember what we talked about.
That's fair.
Because like I'll get people who will like talk at me and then I start zoning out because my battery's like drained. And I'm like,
Social battery.
that's cool. Yeah. And then like I'm like, I don't mind when people come up and like, can we do a picture of this? But there's just some people who like come and talk to me for an hour straight. And I'm like, it's like, can I go? I'll be right back. I have to go pee real quick. It's like, real quick though. That's fine. But when I'm trying to write and like, I was trying to write this joke and this dude was like, real quick though. 20 minutes later, I look down at the page because I thought of a good idea for a joke. Still don't know what it is to this day. But the only word I had written down was the. I'm like, that son of a bitch.
Yeah, he stole that from you. And you mentioned you said you were drunk 80% of the time. And it kind of reminded me of a funny story from, I think, your first appearance on Kill Tony, or maybe it was later, but either way. Oh, no. The story was that you opened up for Tony in Phoenix, Arizona, and you drank his entire bottle of Crown Royale.
Yeah, right.
It was half the bottle, but yeah.
Yeah, they said you drank it like apple juice.
Yeah, that part is true. And I actually did make him a little gift bag, like as a thank you. And I thought I got the full-size crown. So I originally bought the full-size Crown Royal, but I was walking into my room to get it ready. Like I had it in this pretty little gift bag and stuff, but I'm walking and I opened my bedroom door too fast and it slammed against the bottle. And then my room smelled like Crown Royal for like 2 weeks.
Did you shatter the bottle with the door?
Yeah.
What?
Luckily it was in the bag, but like I have a garbage bag in my room and I like ran and like I dropped it in there and you just hear like the glass like mixed around because it's all like in the little gift bag.
I was about to say, you could have strained it. Like, you could have saved that. Strain it through the bag, no glasses through, catch it in a glass, you're good to go.
Well, I don't know how bad it was, but I don't want to like have that as another story of my alcoholism. People are already worried about me. It's like, how'd you cut your tongue open? And I'm like, I was drinking a broken glass of Crown Royal out of a gift bag through a straw.
Maybe I should be concerned about myself because my mind went to saving it immediately.
Yeah, I'm not trying to make it sound too bad.
It's okay because I did think about it. I'm like, maybe if I pick this out, I can like lick it like a kitty, just be like,
yeah.
But yeah, not to make you sound too bad, but yeah, the story was Tony like always has like one bottle of Crown at every like big show.
Yeah, that's when it's Ryder.
Yeah.
My Ryder.
When he didn't have me on the Celebrity Theater, it's funny because they warned me, and I'm like, I'm not touching his crown. I'm not touching his crown. But they also felt the need to warn me. It's like, don't touch Tony's crown, and I'm like, I wasn't going to.
Mm-hmm.
But I get why they say that. But like when I do get drunk, and I mostly did that because like I asked if I could have some, and they're like, yeah, and then I just kept going. They brought him another one too, but that night I was like, I lived at the homeless shelter, but if they wouldn't have let me in at that hour. So I was gonna sleep on the streets that night, and I don't know if you've ever slept on asphalt, but it's a lot easier to do when you're blackout drunk.
Yeah, I remember you brought that up too. You're like, I was at the homeless shelter. I needed to sleep. I needed to get some Z's.
Yeah, and like I told him that at Celebrity Theater, he's like, I wish I'd have known that. And I'm like, I don't like asking people for shit. And then like I paid to buy a ticket to go see Roseanne when she was at Cap City. And everybody's like, why didn't you just ask her for a free ticket? And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Did she not do enough for me?
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
Because I definitely wanted to know about that, because that set you did on that episode of Kill Tony was so successful that you got to open up for Tony. But not only that, you got to go to, I think, 6-date tour with Roseanne, or at least that's what she said. Did that end up happening?
So what happened was, she thought it was 6, but it was only 4, but the dates were spread out. And so I did the first show with her. And then she's all like, because the dates are so spread out, do you mind not doing the middle one? And then I'll have you in Clearwater with me for the last 2 days. And fast forward to the week before that, I message her son and I'm like, I haven't heard any information. And like, that's the conversation I remembered having with her at the theater, that we performed at. But he's like, oh, honey, I'm sorry. I thought you understood this was a one-time thing.
What?
And I felt dumb. Yeah, no, I felt so dumb. And I'm like, oh, my God, they probably said that I misunderstood.
No, they did not say
that. So, like, I thought that.
Yeah, I got it right here in my notes. She said she's going to pay you for 6 days.
Because we were smoking a joint when it happened. She did say 6 days. Yeah. Then, like, turns out there was only 4 because she thought there was 6. Also, she's getting up there in age.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, not respectful. Like, it's weird that she's getting hotter the older she gets.
It is weird, right? She was never nothing to look at when she had the show.
Yeah. No, I thought she was hot back then, too.
maybe.
I don't like her jello to jiggle. But, yeah, I had a crush on her and John Goodman, and I'm like, oh, they're both cute. I didn't know I was bi at the time, but I'm like, I think they're beautiful. If I was a guy, I'd like a woman like that. Her Xena Warrior Princess.
Oh, shit.
Because I think about stuff like that when I was a kid. And then I think about it, I'm like, you know what? I looked way too intently as Xena Warrior Princess and Catwoman when I was a kid.
Oh, Xena.
You know, I'm all, dude, Lucy Lawless. It's like,
yeah, that was her name. Yeah, that show came on when I was a kid. I remember that show. That was cool. Yeah. They got to make a movie of that now. It's got to be Marvel Universe or something, right?
But so it's the day of the shows I was supposed to do, and her son messages me. He's like, so yeah, me and the agent, like, we misunderstood her. She got mad. She cussed all of us out. And I'm like, Roseanne Barr, y'all did somebody for me.
That's awesome.
And she paid me for all those shows, though.
She paid you for all of them?
Like,
cool.
Yeah, and I tried to argue, and I'm like, I don't feel right getting paid for not doing a damn thing.
Take that money, honey. Come
and
on.
Then, yeah, that's what her son said. He's like, it's free money. Take it and run.
She's doing fine, too. She's batshit. Yeah, she's going to be all right.
Okay, she is batshit insane, but in the absolutely best fucking way.
She's one of the best guests. I love it when she's on Kill Tony.
I almost got in a fight with a Lyft driver because he was talking shit about her.
Oh, no.
Because, like, somehow the subject came up that we were comics in the car. And he's all like, do you know anybody famous? And it's this, like, old, like, 50-year-old. I guess not old. He didn't age well. He's there and he's driving. Maybe he was 60, but he was one of those Lyft drivers who doesn't shut the fuck up.
Oh, God.
And, which is fine. But, like, I'll try and put my headphones in, or I was with my friend, but he kept talking, and he's like, oh, you're a comic? And he's all like, do you know anybody famous? I'm like, Roseanne Barr. And he's like, oh, she's disgusting. She's Yesterday News.
Oh,
and I kind of got quiet, and I'm like, she's actually very sweet. And
you're a Lyft driver.
Yeah, but do you know what she did? And I'll have other people. And then I was reading all these comments. It's like, Tony and Roseanne just ruined her career. Damn. And I'm like, these people can go fuck themselves because of, like, the, like, Ambien thing or whatever.
Oh, I remember that. I do remember. Oh, yeah, when she called the Planet of the Apes thing.
Yeah.
That was bullshit. Yeah. That was total bullshit.
Her show got canceled.
That was bullshit. I thought that bitch was Latina.
I thought she was white, just like she says. Just like she says, I thought the bitch was white, and she does look like that monkey from the Planet of the Apes. She does. Like, sorry. She does.
I wasn't mad she compared her to a monkey. I was mad she compared her to a doctor, because that lady's a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Because she doesn't look like a monkey. She looks like that monkey from that movie. You know what I mean? Like, she really does. Like, I thought that was all bullshit.
Wasn't the monkey played by Elena Bohem Carter or somebody? Wasn't it played by a white woman?
Probably.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we showed a side by side on the show before.
We're actually all planning on watching all the Planet of the Apes movies in order. We've been talking about that on the show for a couple weeks, and that's actually not even a joke. But I'm gonna check it out when I rewatch.
Got booed out of the Rise of the Planet of the Apes in theaters.
What? How does that work out? She got booed out of a movie?
I need you to know I wasn't drunk when this happened, which normally when I go to the movies by myself, I'll sneak in a pint, like, buy the giant, like, the biggest soda, and then drink half of it, and then pour the pint in there, and just have myself a bitchin' day.
Yeah.
That's the best.
This time I was sober, and I was just watching it, and, like, I liked it, but you know the part when the giant gorilla goes through the helicopter and starts dying in Caesar's arms, and it's like every war movie where their friend dies in their friend's arms? But I'm watching it, and I start to get the giggles, and I start laughing because it's monkeys.
Yeah, I've been there.
It's funny. It's stupid. It's monkeys. So I start laughing while everybody's all sad.
Dude.
And I'm like,
you're the only person laughing during that scene? That's some diehard Planet of the Apes fans there.
And then everybody turns to me and looks at me like I'm a fucking asshole. And they're like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's monkeys, guys.
And I'm like, I'm sorry. And I'm trying to stop. And like, but yeah, one lady was like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, my bad, because I'm like interrupting the movie at this point. So I start grabbing my bag, and even like I'm already grabbing my bag, and then I hear the first one, boo. And then everybody started booing me, and I'm like laughing my ass off, and I'm starting to laugh because they're booing, because it's just a like, I don't know if it was like nervousness, but I'm laughing, and I'm like trying to walk.
That's the funniest thing I want to hear all week. She got booed out of the Planet of the Apes because she was laughing.
You laughed at the Caesar die. Yeah,
somebody also threw their popcorn at me. And they're, get out of here.
Well, they were a bunch of animals in that theater, I feel like, because
they were the real apes. Theater of the Apes.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Theater of the Apes.
Don't get in trouble like Joe Rogan saying you're in the
I had to take my like bun out and shake my hair out because there's just loose popcorn all over me.
Wow.
So, like it was in my bra and everything because I still wore bras back then. I'm wearing one now, but that's because I have to exercise later.
Yeah, we all recently went to see the new Deadpool Wolverine. We should have trolled it a little bit, got booed out of the theater. That would have been a great experience.
Yeah, well, they loved that movie. Everyone in that movie. They were going
because they would boo you out.
I'm notorious for laughing at the wrong moments in the movies in the movie theater.
Me too. I was like holding back laughter in long legs.
And he's got the best big laugh too. He's got a nice laugh.
Yeah, I can't go with my friend David Kays either because, like, if we're together, it's just, like, bad. And I went with him and my other friend Mike, who doesn't shut the fuck up during a movie. So I kind of played my best friend. I'm like, hey, sit in the middle so we can both be next to you. I just didn't want to spend $15 to hear Mike talk through the whole movie because Mike's the sort of person who, if he, like, it's like he knows you're paying attention to something other than him because he's a needy little bitch. But, like, he'll pause the movie. He's all like, okay, so what happens? John Wick's gonna go through there, put a knife through this guy, then he's gonna do that, and he's gonna do this, this, and this.
What the
and
fuck?
then he'll hit play, and then he'll do everything that he said. And I'm like, you know what, Mike? You could have, just let me watch the fucking movie.
Yeah.
It's like, so basically he's just stopping to give me spoilers, and then he'll hit play. But that's also the reason I couldn't watch the Joe Rogan podcast for a while. Because during the pandemic, just Joe Rogan 24/7. And like, if I wasn't paying attention to it, he'd leave me alone. But the second I started paying attention, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna see what this dude's about. I like his stand up. But it's like pause. It's like, Celia. Do you know why Joe Rogan's the greatest comedian in the world? Because he's always shit faced. And I'm like, I'm trying to find out, Mike.
Yeah,
maybe shut the fuck up. And then he hit play. Not even 3 seconds later, pause. Celia, do you think I'm a funny comedian? And I'm like, I've told you no so many fucking times because he's not. It takes a lot. Like, comedy is subjective, but he just go up there and like joke about raping bitches, and then wonder why nobody likes him.
It's gotta be clever.
He'd get too drunk and he'd like he'd say something and like he'd get like one laugh and like he'd think we weren't paying attention. He's like, hey, you guys missed it. I killed my set. And it's all like, we were outside on the patio smoking a cigarette. The fuck you did.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Mike, you ate shit. It's like, also stop drinking.
Yeah, delusion's at an all-time high.
Dude. But yeah, I put my friend K's in the middle, so the movie would be ruined for him and not me. Because I'm an asshole.
Yeah, especially with like a movie like a Marvel movie or something. Some people have to tell you every single backstory that they're currently seeing. That can drive you crazy. Kind of like Neil a little bit.
Yeah.
He was just pointing out every little fact that he had, man.
So like, dude, I don't know if you've ever like, just don't watch movies with like people who went to film school. Like, don't do it.
Well, you see, the lighting and the composition here means this. Shut up.
Yeah, it's like, so the scene they used for this, this, and this, but like they're sitting there commenting, and I'm like, can you just tell me everything after the movie? Because it turns a 2.5 hour movie into a 7-hour movie, and I'm like, okay, I gotta go smoke a cigarette and take a piss. Now this is taking too long. Then you come back, it's like, okay, so what you need to know, and they'll like pick movies that they reviewed in school, but I'd rather be with my nieces and nephews. He's like, who's that? It's like, it's Hopper. Who's that? It's 11. It's like, who's that? It's Hopper again. Why does he look different?
Every time.
It's like he took his hat off. He's like, he's just not wearing his hat. Why did he take it off? I don't know. But I would rather deal with that than it's like, yeah, so the lighting in this scene is supposed to represent, and I'm like,
That's
but
worse.
One of my friends I go, and he's like, yeah, we're gonna watch a movie, and this girl, she's like, I'm actually a film major, and I'm like, oh shit, I just got called into work, and I left, and I'm like, no, not today. I'm not dealing with this shit right now.
Yeah, that is worse than the person who just is asking the question that everyone's asking, like, who is that? Oh, did he die? What happened there? It's like, we don't know yet. We're all watching the same movie, man.
Same fucking movie.
Yeah.
Right. No, especially, like, I get when the little kids do it, but when it's an adult, it's like, who's that, or what's going on? And, like, my brother and sister will do that to me, because I'll say, will you watch this movie with me? And they'll be like, no, it looks stupid. Then they'll stop and watch them. It's like, what just happened? It's like, she's fucking her son. Like, what? Why is she fucking her son? It's like, I don't know. And it's all like, I thought you've seen this movie before. And I'm like, okay, let me rephrase that. I know why, but it's going to take too long, and it's hard to pay attention to the subtitles because this is a Chinese foreign film. That's redundant, Chinese foreign film, but
all good.
It was like called Curse of the Golden Flower or whatever. But like, oh, it's such a good movie with Gong Li. But like, it's a crazy, like, every like kung fu movie, it's like, I don't know what's worse, that or a Tyler Perry movie. It's like somebody at some point is getting raped, or like there's gonna be some fucked up realization.
Medea goes to the Great Wall, right?
I've seen that one.
Then I have a friend. His name's Triggerfish. He's like my brother. He's like a brother to me. He talks during the whole movie, but when he does it, it's entertaining. Like, he adds to it. Like, he makes it fun.
He's like Doug Benson. You ever seen his podcast where he just talks over movies? It's pretty good.
He probably doesn't pause.
I haven't. I've watched a few episodes of Zach Amico's Spook Show, and Zach Amico is like one of my favorite people in the whole world.
Yeah, he's good.
And he's such a sweetheart.
He's more clever than people will admit. He's really funny.
Criminally underrated.
These guys love the Crack Amico guy.
Well, Crack Amico's different than you said. Zach,
Crack
right?
Amico's different. Crack looks like he's on crack. Not really, but he's a white boy with a do-rag and sings the songs.
Yeah.
Zach Amico is a little bit bigger than me sized and wears clown makeup.
He's something to look
okay, I
at.
know him too.
That Zach Amico, he is something.
So Crack Amigo's making fun of his, is stealing his thing? Stealing
No,
his name?
he's just
No,
he's
I
from
think they're
Skankfest.
friends.
I get it now.
But like that's his rap name.
Well, they had a battle for who would be Crack Amico on Skankfest, where a bunch of people submitted songs, and then that guy won.
Oh shit. Okay, so you know the whole backstory. That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Okay.
I get it now.
Nice.
I get it now.
I mean, the only question I really had for you that I wrote down that we haven't really talked about is I wanted to know if you had been back to Phoenix since your big fame, but you guess they can't afford you, is what you said, right?
Yeah, they're asking her.
No, they can, and I love and miss Phoenix. Like, don't get me wrong, Texas is beautiful, but my heart belongs to Arizona. Because, like, those were the people who first made me feel like I was worth a damn.
Very cool.
Like, growing up and, like, telling me, like, I was actually talented and stuff. Like, the comics always had my back, but, like, the bookers would tell me, like, one of the bookers for House of Comedy, he told me that I wasn't marketable, and if I was more aesthetically pleasing, that would help.
Like that does not matter in comedy at all.
No.
It doesn't, but like I'm a hard sell because of my comedy. It's like, yeah, rich white people don't want to listen to a sad, like trailer trash girl. Nobody wants to deal with a homeless person. Nobody wants to hear that or about your suicide attempts. It's like there's not an audience for you, and we can't risk you walking the headliner's audience. It's like maybe you can learn to work cleaner, and I'm like, I'm not a clean person. I was literally homeless on and off again for 10 years.
And
Like you're lucky my pants are clean right now. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, you're actually the third person we've talked to from Arizona. Y'all realize that? Because last week we had Neil Pop on. Do you know who Neil Pop is?
I'm gonna feel bad for saying no.
I figured you wouldn't.
Probably like a David Koechner situation.
But like 5 years ago, he had a set on Kill Tony and it got banned because he made fun of Kill Tony and Dane Cook the whole time. You ever seen that infamous clip?
Okay.
But yeah, maybe check out the interview from last week. It's pretty good. But then also, I think our first guy, what was his name? He had a really weird name, Miller Ford.
Oh yeah,
he was from Arizona too. And they both had really nice things to say about it. He said the trickle down economy. He brought that up like 3 times, and it's so easy to make money in Arizona.
That's right.
No, that was a Colorado town.
that was
my bad.
That was
Colorado, wasn't it? That was Aspen.
How could you confuse that?
Yeah.
To answer your question though, like I've been back to Arizona, I want to say 3 or 4 times, which I was excited because I was crying when I was moving to Austin. I'm like, what if the other comics don't like me and I don't have any friends and you're my family? And I'd be at an open mic because like I knew in advance. I was like it was like a month before I moved, and I'd just be sitting there with my friends at the open mic. And we'll be laughing and joking, and I just start crying, and I'm like, what? And I'm like,
no, I mean,
you're like,
big change.
Yeah, I would imagine you're like royalty over at the Comedy Mothership. Are they letting you in for free and everyone knows you and they're nice to you? No, damn.
Not even close. Like, clubs are still weird with me. Like, I'm starting to get, like, I was actually really honored that Desert Improv let me do that benefit show for my friend.
Okay.
And that's why I was there, because I went to Arizona because I thought the memorial was going to be there. So I was in Arizona for 2 weeks. And I got added to a whole bunch of shows, but I got to do Desert Improv. And it was they opened on Tuesday for us, and we raised, like, $1,700.
Nice.
But, so I was like super stoked, and it was like a nice community, and I'm starting to get more followers because like every time I go back to Arizona. But it's funny because I'll like tell people in advance, because like if I go to Arizona, I'll pay for the ticket, but I'll just set up like $100 shows. Like it's like, yeah, I get it, because they're my friends, and I'm like, I'm not gonna charge my friend $1,000, and I know he doesn't have money. Plus, I owe all these people beer money.
Well, that's really nice.
Will you buy me a drink? Yeah. So, like, I'll do that. Like, I'm not an asshole. And also, like, clubs, like, I'm a little bitter about clubs because they mostly are like, yeah, fuck you. They didn't say it that way, but they were more polite about it. But, like, I don't feel welcome there. And again, fuck any place that charges, like, $10 for a Lone Star or a Bud Light.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so that I have to pay a 2-item minimum. I can't, like, I love performing at shitty dive bars, so I kind of want to do a Doug Stanhope thing. It's like, I'll go dive bar to dive bar and brewery to brewery doing this shit.
You'd probably kill with those audiences, yeah.
I destroy in those audiences, but, like, House of Comedy, I'm hit or miss. Like, some people love me, and then other times it's just a whole bunch of, like, well-dressed white people, some dude in khakis and his wife wearing a dress, and they're just like...
Nothing.
Let's go see some comedy this evening, honey.
Yeah. We'll see a joke teller.
Funny. Yeah, I had like, and then it was funny because one of those crowds, some dude yelled out, he's like, abortion's wrong, when I was talking about my miscarriage joke. And I'm like, I said miscarriage. And he's like, what's the difference? And I'm like, one's God's decision, the other's my decision. And I'm like, and who the fuck are you to question God?
And
I got the rest of the audience on my side. But
that reminds me of your atheist joke. Or no, it was a joke about wine tasting, and you don't trust people who pay to spit out wine. And then if you're an atheist, it's even worse because if you can't drink the blood of your enemies, then what good are you?
Yeah, you nailed it.
I mean, those jokes are incredible. They really are.
thank you. But now I do this thing because I accidentally got Don't Tell Comedy canceled in Mississippi.
You got a comedy club canceled or a show canceled?
A show called Don't Tell, where it's a secret lineup at a rotating secret location. They tell you like the day of or wherever it's going to be. But I go, and I guess a member of the audience son had just killed herself. And like I got into my suicide shit like pretty much 3 minutes, and I did 45 minutes there.
Well, you killed that show.
I thought I did good that night because I was getting laughs and stuff, and a lot of the audience, but they got like 8 or 10 negative reviews. And it's all like, that bitch should know. It's like the only reason I didn't walk out because I didn't want her to kill herself and have her blood on my hands. And I'm like, bitch, you ain't that special.
Come on.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, and then like at first I felt bad, but now I'm kind of mad. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe if you guys actually did talk about shit like this, your son wouldn't have fucking killed himself. So maybe
that's bogus.
Because it's the people like me who haven't actually tried and sit there and I fucked a pill bottle for 20 minutes or a box cutter. Those people laugh at my shit. It's the person whose friend it happened to. It's like, that's not funny.
Exactly.
It's like, okay.
It's like, hey, that's
like,
the one thing that happened to me.
Like,
you know, that's the one thing that happened to me. You can't talk about that. It's like, but you're laughing at all this stuff that's probably affected countless other people.
Yeah. It's all like, maybe you're too close to the situation. But like, I'll get messages like that. It's like, you should be embarrassed. It's like, you're disgusting.
Jesus.
It's like, it's no. But like, the thing is, I'm mostly joking about my experiences, but I'll joke about mine first before I go at other people. But now I do this thing since then where I give them a safe word. I'm like, the safe word's banana. If I make you uncomfortable, we'll switch over to sex stories and more lighthearted shit. And I'm like figuring out how to do clean comedy. Like, I don't like doing it, but if it pays enough, it's like, yeah, I can pretend to be Mormon for 45 minutes. That's fine.
Yeah, that's a good challenge, I bet, for you to go up there and try to be clean.
Yeah, what the
Good
fuck
Lord.
is that like?
It is.
You just like...
My record is 20 minutes clean.
That's amazing.
But also it's really hard for me to remember not to swear, but also it throws people off when I do that.
I imagine it's
like there was like 20 kids in an audience one time, so I just started doing like crowd work with them a little bit, and I was telling them stories about when I taught martial arts and like when me and my brother got into fights and stuff. And everybody, like, the first time I ever did that, I get off stage and all my friends are looking at me with their mouths open. It's all like, we didn't know you could do that. I'm like, they're fucking kids. What did you think? I was talking about my pussy and like fucked up shit when I taught kids class.
Hey, you're a good person.
It's like, you're not allowed to swear in there. Yeah. Like, I can. I went to church. I'm a hypocrite. We got this.
Yeah, I would imagine you doing clean comedy is kind of like a rap song that's clean. It's like the exact same words. You just blank out the bad ones. You just don't say them.
For the most part, like, I have a cute one. It's technically clean, but it's still dark. It's all like, I've started to try and eat vegetables. It's like I was doing pretty good until the nurse asked me to leave the coma ward.
That's good. Yep.
But that's a clean joke.
Is it?
The kids are like, oh, like a paraplegic.
Yeah. And kids watch and say fucked up shit when their parents are around. And like any parent, like, it's always the helicopter parent or like the one it's all like, Johnny doesn't use language like that. And I'm all like, I literally heard Johnny call the little kid in his class a faggot yesterday. So.
Yeah, that age, man.
Dude, I have kids
and they're just sitting.
Oh, yeah.
It's all like, you are 8 years old. Where the fuck did you learn the word faggot? It's all like a podcast. Or they'll be like, oh, I was watching, not PewDiePie, but like they'll watch like video.
Streamers.
Like, I didn't get watching people play video games, but my nephews do it and I hate it.
Yeah.
But I'll just sit there and watch it with them because I like to spend time. And like, kids like to feel special. Like, they want to show you stuff that they like and they're passionate about. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to sit through this shit because I love you.
Yeah, that is a kid for you. That's a kid in a nutshell, just showing you all their passions. You got to pretend like you give a damn.
Dude, like, I was hanging out with all the kids in the pool earlier today, and like it's like, hey, watch this. And then they'll just like dunk their head underwater. It's like, did you see me do that?
That's sweet.
It's like, yeah. And then it's like, wait, watch this. And then they'll do the same thing. It's like, yeah, that's really cool.
Fucking tight.
Yeah, Jack just had a kid. He's going to be looking forward to that for
practicing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, every horrible thing you did to your parent, your child's going to do to you. And it's the funniest thing. I don't have any of my own kids, but I have nieces and nephews. And, like, I gave my brother shit because he has 5 kids. And I'm all like, yeah, I'm not having any kids, so if you can have 5 more, so I have somebody to hang out with when I'm older and rich, that'd be great.
You guys got much more questions for Celia?
I think we covered most of it.
Well, we don't want to take too much more of your time. We are so thankful for you to come on. Maybe we can do it again sometime. I don't know. And hopefully you'll get back on Kill Tony.
Yeah, no, I'm down. I've been signing up a little less because I've been like, I want my other friends to get up and go, and I'm out of town a lot.
That's
But
nice of you.
I'm going to sign up tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, all you need is one more bucket pool, and you could be the next Roseanne. I really feel that way.
Oh, that's sweet. And we're gonna I have my moment, and like I still like signing up, and even when I don't sign up, I'll go and hit out because like when they draw the name, when they announce it at Poor Choices, everybody starts cheering. It's like so and so, you're up on Kill Tony, and everybody's just like, yeah!
That's awesome. That's a good
We're like
vibes.
clapping and cheering them on, and like no, it's so sweet, and I love that.
Yeah, because you might not be a
But, like-
household name or an A-list celebrity, but I did type in Celia C, and Google did the rest, okay? Google did the rest.
Okay. No, that's good. I'm like, I try not to be a dick about it, but I will say one thing. My name is technically pronounced Celia. I don't like correcting people.
Oh, Celia.
Yeah,
I'm
like
glad I
I'll
know.
sell you something.
I want to sell you some weed.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, my friends will get defensive for me, but like I promised them, like a couple of them, it's like you need to start telling people to say your name right.
Contreras
So one
there.
dude was all, yeah. One dude was like, "Why didn't you correct Tony about your name?" And I'm like, "Tony let me open for him twice. He could call me a dirty fucking wetback, and I take him for the opportunity."
Seriously.
Yeah, respect,
Seriously.
yeah.
Well, and Contreras is a perfect name for you because you're kind of a contrarian.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's ever told me that. Like people, like every white dad in America, it's like Celia, celery. Anybody ever call you celery? It's just like just every white man before you, sir.
Nice. Yeah, great.
Well, Celia, thank you so much one more time, and have a great rest of your night. And yeah, we'll be in contact.
Thank you for coming on.
All right, sounds good. Have fun. You guys have a great day.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
too.
All right, how do I get out of here? I gotta pee. Okay.
We gotta get her to do a tarot card reading for us next time.